Hi, my name is Blade, and you're probably wondering how did I end up in this situation? Well, let me give you some context first. I have a little dirty secret is that I like and I enjoy watching stuff that I can't afford, especially tech-related stuff because I'm kind of a nerd, and anything tech-related like PC parts and stuff, I enjoy the heck out of them. Even a silly benchmark, even though that does not sound like the most enjoyable thing for most of you. So, while getting my daily dose of entertainment, I encountered a funny thing with this guy on this video. So, I usually watch this guy, he has some great videos, and I think you know where this is going, so I would play it for you so you can have some context first.
Would you look at that? I finally got my grubby little mitts on a 40 series GPU. This is an RTX 4070 Ti, and in today's video I'm gonna test it in 5 games that have been on Steam's most played list for as long as I can remember to see.
So, I think you get the idea. It's a great idea. He's going to test the 1470 Ti on like 5 most played games on Steam. So, I'm not going to make you watch the introduction, so we're going to skip into the first game he's going to benchmark on, and it's none
For
other than
starters.
Lost Ark. And it's kind of funny because I'm literally trying to escape Lost Ark. Just done with dailies, done with closed it, and then the very first video I opened, the game is hunting me everywhere. But it kind of scammed its way into this list because this is 5 most played games on Steam. And if you have played Lost Ark across the last year, you would realize that the game does not deserve to be in any like ranking of most played games because it had the biggest botting issue out of any other games. I actually have never seen a game where the bots were more than the current player base. So this is like the Steam chart, and just in 1 month, the player base dropped from 800 or almost 900 to 30. So that's like 500k players. It does not matter how like bad of a game you are, you just can't lose 500,000 players across 1 month. So this one like one of the biggest ban waves when like the developers banned a load of bots, and across like the year millions and a million of bots were banned. And that's kind of sad because they inflated the numbers so hard. These numbers are not real. Like so like here for example, it went from 500k into 800k in 1 month again. So it's gaining 300k in 1 month, losing 500k the next month. It's kind of silly because most of the accounts are bots, and just from like January to now, the player base dropped by another 150k, which you can assume it just banned accounts of bots basically. And you might say, oh, it's not a big deal, and we all knew bots were like part of the problem of the game, and it gave it some fake numbers. Well, you're kind of right. I'm not really treating it like a big deal. I just found it like a funny thing because now, like, if people or tech YouTubers wanted to make a similar kind of videos like this, they will waste time benchmarking Lost Ark because you have to understand when YouTubers do videos like this, the reason they like benchmark 5 most played games is because the 5 most played games supposed to have the 5 biggest fan bases, but that's not the case. Like Lost Ark here has, I can say with confidence, has 10 times less fan base than the rest of the games mentioned here because it only got into the list by fake numbers. I can say also that this part of Lost Ark, a lot of people are going to skip it because the other games are more famous. Like they will have more watch time. People are more willing to stay and watch the benchmarks for, I don't know, like Apex Legend, CS:GO, and stuff like that. People would rather skip this part, which is funny because these tech YouTubers are going to waste a lot of time and effort benchmarking Lost Ark just for it in the end for most of people to just skip that part, which is hilarious. And actually, let's watch the video actually.
So Lost Ark is taking its sweet time to launch for the first time. That's not the graphics card's fault. I assume that It's just been busy installing Amazon malware on my system in the morning.
Actually,
But
that's
I'm not
so
going to be
true.
testing any of the games at 1080p today, because frankly, if you're buying a 4070 Ti for 1080p gameplay, your money should take a restraining order out on you. So I'm going to
Oof,
start
yeah.
all of the testing at 1440p, and for Lost Ark, I'm going to have the rest of the settings cranked. And just a couple of moments into my first Lost Ark experience, my brain was struggling to process it.
He's having a Mokoko experience.
Gunner. But after choosing a very agile lady character, I was ready for some testing.
Ooh,
Okay,
he went
well,
with
straight off
Gunslinger.
the bat, we're pegged at 120 frames per second, and we're just using 45% of the GPU at 37 watts. This $800 graphics card really is putting in some work
Ah,
here. It
yes,
doesn't even seem
make
to
me more
notice that a
jealous.
game is
Yes,
happening
please.
at this point. Oh, I need to be mashing more buttons, I see. That was the mistake I was making, so that's how you play the game. So I swiftly
That's
swapped
actually
the 4K
great
to boost the
Gunslinger
GPU
gameplay.
up a bit. Hey, there we go. The graphics card is actually having to do things now. We're sitting at about 80% utilization, but still pegged at 120 frames per second. But despite the higher GPU utilization, we just lost 0.3
I wonder how much it will take him to realize that the game has like an FPS lock.
of our average FPS. So basically a rounding error worth of performance loss going from 1440p to 4K. So I had to figure out how to unshackle the frame rate to get any kind of useful numbers. Okay, so now I've actually managed to unblock the frame rate. So
Oh,
we're
he
not
actually, okay, he did it. He unblocked it.
just stuck at 120 frames per second now. We're now getting over 300 frames per
Oh,
second, which I
I
think
wish I
is
had
kind
that
of a minimum
FPS.
requirement. Are you really even gaming if you get less than that? Sarcasm aside, this time we got a more reasonable performance impact going to 4K, but we were still getting over 120 frames per second. This is some very fluid lady running in circles action we're doing here.
Okay, that bit was funny and educational as well. So, if anyone out there wants to buy an RTX 4070 Ti, first make sure to buy one for me as well, and that's your benchmark if you want to play Lost Ark on it. Okay, so that was a fun video for me at least, because I know most of you would hate it. But if you're interested in stuff like that, I would link you the original video in the description if you want to check this guy. He actually makes some really great videos. And I had kind of a different styles of videos today, more commentary than gameplay. So tell me your feedback if you enjoy this kind of type of videos, if you want me to do more commentary stuff, and see ya for now.